Begin broadcast. This thing is on. I just turned it on. The Humble Among broadcast system. 222 episodes of this shit. April 24th, 2026. It is a Friday. Sorry for the delay. It's been almost 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks since we did one of these? I think it might have been a straight up 2 weeks since we did one of these. I think we did the Saturday morning show or the Saturday afternoon show last time, right? I can't remember. It's just me here. Emily's here, but she's in the corner. She threw out her back sneezing this week.
Wow, you really have to put me on blast.
Put you on blast like that. I sure did. Yeah, she's still here. She's in the chat, as you can see. Hello from the other side of the room. My back is out, so I'm horizontal, she says in the chat. So she's here, but she's in peanut gallery mode. Right?
Ow, that's my tit.
See? Yeah, I don't know if you can even hear that. She said, ow, that's my tit. All right, I'm going to start swearing too much and get this stream fucked up right. Oh, see, I already did it. Get this stream messed up right out the gate. So let me play some music. Oh, hey, what's up? Let me play some music. And let's smoke a little bit. Smoke 'em if you got 'em type beat. This is Height, a rapper from Baltimore. It's a really old song by him. I think he goes by Height Peach these days. Hey, whoop whoop. Smoke 'em if you got 'em type beat.
Stop, drop, roll back, you never been felt. Hell no, all the spikes straight fell off your belt. Yeah, I came in sweaty, heavy jacket wrapped around me. On the high bracket of the game is where they found me. Y'all wrote the wrong rap, wrong rap. You need to give Pop them songs back, songs back. I splash in your pool, go 500 laps. I'm under all summer, not taking the gas. Man, rap is dumb, man, it's just some bums ass running around saying they're the one. Nah, I'm the one. I beat the drums and I think how to come when I rap on this shit. How could I fold? I already told my high school classmates that they'll see me go gold. I launched that pigskin, catch it like a bad gold. My raps are fresh like your
Daddy's
daddy's
old.
Hey man, hovercraft. You gotta guess high in this bubble bath. Splash, I piss in the mic, spit on the sun. Held it down since now 2281. Hey man, hovercraft. You gotta guess high in this bubble bath. Splash, I piss in the mic, spit on the sun. Held it down since now 2281. Up from the rubble, the stubble on my chin saying I'm trying to win playing. No games laying down ill track. You kill, you do with. And then I glide through fast to your broomstick. For real, that's the deal. And if they say who with, certainly I say shield. We're stuck in that bush league trying to come up. Spitting tobacco, real mad, don't touch. Catch that brick, swing out the way of that punch. Guard my grill and my skeleton crunch. I get an ill dude height, leave a chump unhappy. So they put me in the stock, throw the lunch up at me. Pelt me with rocks, beat me to death, and burn down the spine where my dead brains left. I've been coughing, sleeping, falling off stages, shivering, breathing, slithering, eating the apple that I shouldn't, but fucking I'm out. I'll be back next year to pour rain on the drought. Hey man, hovercraft. You gotta guess high in this bubble bath. Splash, I piss in the mic, spit on the sun. Held it down since now 2281. Hey man, hovercraft. You gotta guess high in this bubble bath. Splash, I piss in the mic, spit on the sun. Held it down since now 2281. Why do I rock gay sex with the mic? I don't know. Why do I talk like Antoni Bikes? Hey man, hovercraft. You gotta guess high in this bubble bath. Splash, I piss in the mic, spit on the sun. Held it down since now 2281. Hey man, hovercraft. You gotta guess high in this bubble bath. Splash, I piss in the mic, spit on the sun. Held it down since now 2281.
That was Heights, Dr. Rap, I believe it's called. Next, I'm going to play you the new Modest Mouse single, Picking Dragon's Pockets, to get this nice and demonetized.
now. I ain't your passenger now, nor your equipment. An auditory trick. They're a boot that begs to be licked. I am the tarmac, I'm the pilot, I'm the flight path, can't get past that. Well, they'll go crazy if you don't go crazy somehow. And I'm not crazy about what they're so crazy about now. We've been eating our own. We've been eating our young. We've been eating our own young. Idle hands around the devil's throat. The suicide note that another's hand wrote, and we're used to this.
Wicked shit. Straight wicked shit.
And they'll go crazy if you don't go crazy somehow. And I'm not crazy about what they're so crazy about now. Pick your dragon's pockets and away we go. Breathe in poison, then you breathe out smoke. It's clear I'm looking for an antidote. Where your painful garbage chickens cast your vote. I fell down the town low I'd go. Came up from the bottom looking like a ghost. I tried to go to Austin but you did not know. Turns out when it rains it snows. Fine leaves in the wind. Fresh clothes on dirty skin. That means to meet no ends again. Picking dragons' pockets into where we go. My eyes are there, eyes watch the show. Facts on, screens that glow. Well, pretty tricky little animal. Well, I'm not crazy about what they're so crazy about now. And they'll go crazy if you don't go crazy somehow. Look outside of a microscope, voice to skull, try to crush your soul. But we're pretty tricky little animals. Killers get killers to the way it goes. Well, something that I know for sure is love and hate makes more. We're pretty tricky little animals. Well, we're pretty tricky little animals. Well, something that I know for sure is love and hate makes more for sure. Pretty tricky little animals. Well, we're pretty tricky little animals. I ain't your pasture now. I ain't your pasture now. I'm just equipment. We've been eating our own. We've been eating our young. We've been eating our own young.
Okay. Making sure I don't mute the mic this time. What's up, y'all? Yeah, humble among broadcast system. Jesus Christ, the blunt fucked me up. Broadcast system 222. I guess we'll start with an anti-RIP to Africa Bambaataa. Died trying to suck a little boy's dick, it turns out. Really fucked up. I shouldn't even make jokes about this, but for y'all that don't know how much of a dirty motherfucker Africa Bambaataa is, I'm going to play you a clip to really illustrate how dirty of a motherfucker Africa Bambaataa was. This is from Culture United and The Company Man, some podcast clip. This is Mickey Fax telling a story about being in the studio with Africa Bambaataa.
When everyone else on the internet found out about it. When I first came into the space, I have an article in Spin Magazine that says, I like to think that I'm what African Bambaataa would think the Bronx would sound like in 2008. That's a direct quote that was put in the table of contents of Spin Magazine. And EA Sports got wind of this magazine. And they saw it, and they thought it would be a great idea for us to do a.
So you got him in the studio with him.
And again, this is before I didn't hear of any of these allegations. This is 2009. I'm just honored to be in the same space as this man, right? So when the person who set this up, her name is Rafaela Lima, she set this whole session up, and it was supposed to be me and Bambaataa. It was me, Bambaataa, and this young boy. He was like 16 years old, maybe 17, the oldest. And he raps on the song. And Africa Bambaataa, all he did was go Zulu and this song is online. If once this live is done, you guys could go and listen to the song on YouTube. It's called Mickey Fax, Africa Bambaataa, and a guy named YG. Not the YG from the West Coast. It's just he was a young boy. And the lady who set the whole studio session up, she said, okay, Mickey, so tell me, she was so excited to hear about my studio session. And everything I just said here, I said to her, and she said, oh. And mind you, she's in Cali. And she said, Bambaataa did it again. He brung that young boy into the studio again.
Which means that industry lady knew about it, and people in the industry knew about it.
And that's not what we wanted from him. We wanted the connection between you two guys. And again, I don't know what she's talking about. I'm like, I guess it was, the song came out. She was like, I told him not to bring any young boys into the studio.
And that he has a history of doing this exact thing.
And to do any type of music. And again, this is 2009. We didn't hear about any of these allegations until 2015, 2016, when
Hassan.
But in all due respect to Mickey Fax, it does sound like some red flags were raised for him even back then.
Son started talking about it. That's when it started to all click. And I was like, this is just disgusting. I do not condone his behavior. I'm from the Bronx. He's from the Bronx. I do not condone his behavior. I don't condone the allegations. I pray for the victims. The ones that can't.
So anti-RIP to African Bambaataa. Fuck African Bambaataa. Let's see. Let's talk about going to the Fago Gang or Dope and Bang tour a couple weeks back. What was it, 2 weeks ago? A week and a half ago, I guess? We went to see Willie Hayes, Billy Defense, MC Whore, Mad Max, Deadly Combination. I'm forgetting the DJ's name. I feel bad. I forget the DJ's name. That was a nice guy, too. Fuck. DJ Smoke? Yeah, DJ Smoke. Shouts out to everybody on the Fago Gang or Don't Bang tour. Of course, we went to go support Billy Defense. That's the homie. That's my brother. That's my odd son right there. Yeah, good show. I know some people were a little upset about the turnout. People were hoping for a stronger turnout in Worcester. But, I mean, it's a Sunday night show. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I think it was dope, the people that still pulled up for the show and showed out and showed love, because it is something really special going on with that tour. They, a lot of juggalos don't, put their own fucking tour together. A lot of juggalos will sit around and wait for an opening spot on someone else's tour, or pay for an opening spot on somebody else's tour. Like, it's rare that somebody actually goes out of their way, I feel like, in this scene to actually do it on their own. Just say, fuck it, let's just do it on their own. Couple of really cool viral moments from that tour if you haven't seen them. The New York City show date was canceled for them, so they went and just kind of took all the juggalos that were going to show up for the tour anyway, for the show anyway, and kind of mobbed around New York City. They went on the subway, went to Coney Island, performed on the subway, and performed in Coney Island. Just cool shit. Just having a good time shit. Turning lemons into lemonade shit. Turning staleness into freshness shit. Juggalo shit, you know? Really fucking cool, though. Also, Mad Max puking on stage went jugga viral, I would say. Mad Max going hard as fuck, rapping on the stage and puking. None such antics at the show we were at, but me and Kosuke did get an opportunity to rap on the show at the Raven, so we did do a little quick impromptu set. Shouts out to my brother Kosuke. I see he's in the chat. Yes, Kosuke is in the chat. Back home from WrestleMania weekend from Las Vegas. We're going to get into that in a little bit here in a second. Here's me rapping. Here's me listening to Willie Hayes tell a story while smoking a blunt outside. Shouts out to Nick Bazaar for these photos. Will, a.k.a. Billy Defense, sent over a whole bunch of photos that Nick took that night. Fago Gang or Don't Bang tour is continuing here shortly. What is it? Tomorrow? Yeah, it looks like tomorrow it continues. Do I have that right? I think I have that right. It looks like I have that right. It looks like it continues again tomorrow. Billy Defense is opening for Clockwork E tonight, so hopefully that goes well for Billy. Billy said he was going to rep the Humble Among shirt during Clockwork E. I hope he does. Also Gloom to the Gathering going on in Vegas tonight. So if you're out there in the Juggalodium looking for some shows to go to, I just told you 2 of them that you can go to. Now, where the fuck am I going next? Oh yeah, I want to talk about that Fago Gang or Don't Bang tour. So, for long-time listeners, I don't know how many people here would remember this story. This is for long-time listeners. Do y'all remember a while back? This was 3 years ago when I played a show at the Raven the last time. Probably about 3 years ago, I would say. We did it. Me and Kosuke did a show opening for some random horrorcore show at the Raven some 3 years ago, and some of you longtime listeners might remember us talking about the Raven. That's the place that was incredibly strict with the water bottles. Do you guys remember that whole story where they they wouldn't let me in with my water bottle? Even a sealed water bottle they wouldn't let me in with. They were super, super strict about the water bottles. And they had water on stage, and they were very insistent that if you were going to drink water, you must drink from the water cooler that is on stage. There is a literal water cooler, like your work break, workroom water cooler is on stage at the Raven. So, of course, I'm like literally saying to Will and Nick, like before the show even fucking started, I'm like, man, this is that place that fucking gave me hell. Gave me hell about my fucking water last time I was here. And sure enough, one of the security guys was sweating some Red Bulls, some empty Red Bulls that we had finished, but the cans were still around, and he was on some Emily's impression is the best. This is me doing an impression of Emily's impression of that guy. You fucking me. You're just fucking me. You're leaving the Red Bull cans out. He was basically Vito. You want to come and do the impression? Emily's going to come and do the impression of the guy. But he was a funny guy. Looked like Shawn Michaels with the ponytail. Shawn Michaels 2004 era, I would say. He was a pretty fun guy, though. He sat on my lap while I was sitting on Emily's lap to keep her warm. Yeah, you don't got to put pants on. You just wear that as a little skirt. You going to put some pants on? All right. Yeah, I guess we can't have that. Really stretching out the suspense on this impression. The suspense is killing me. Is Umo in the chat? Shouts out to Umo in the chat. Hey, listen to Umo on the new Gloom Unit record today. Selena. I almost said Selena Gomez. Why'd my brain go to Selena Gomez? Shouts out to Gloom Unit and the House of Gloom record. I listened to that earlier today at work. Frankie Goldie hit me up in my inbox about a week ago, and he's like, "You want to hear the record early, Humble? You want to hear it early?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then he sent me a SoundCloud link. I didn't listen to the SoundCloud link because he told me, he's like, you have to listen to this record in pitch darkness, on really good headphones or a really good CD setup. Don't listen to it on no bullshit. Has to be in pitch blackness in a completely dark room. You can have one candle lit, but you have to listen to it in one sitting that way. And I don't know, I didn't have the time or the supplies or the room to sit in to pull this off. You can't do it? Oh, man, sorry for the suspense, y'all. But I did listen to the record on headphones, mostly at work. I listened to the end of the record in the car after work, and I can confirm House of Gloom exists. I do think there was some weird shit. I forgot to ask Frankie about this. There was some weird stuff with the sample clearance. So there's technically 2 versions of the record. From what I can gather, there's the original CD version that all of you that pre-ordered it got. And then there were some sample issues on 2 of the songs. So Devereaux had to rework some shit for a couple of songs. I was going to ask Frankie about that. Anyway, House of Gloom, out now. Gloom to the Tomb 3, I think, is an event that's happening tonight in Vegas. Billy is opening for Clockwork E in some city. Does anyone remember what fucking city Billy's in with Clockwork tonight? Drop it in the chat, please. I forgot. It's not St. Louis, I don't think. I thought it was St. Louis. I don't think it's St. Louis. Is it Chicago? Might be Chicago. I don't know. So if you're a Juggalo and you're looking for some shows to go to, there's a couple of them. But yeah, I love the... we're talking about Gloom Unit, so I might as well talk about the highlights. I love Frankie's Pootie Tang bars. I forget which song that's on. The Pootie Tang bars are fucking hard, though, Frankie. Highlight of the record for me. The hook on Disclaimer is amazing. I really like the structure of the song Less Than Gold because it's almost all hook. It's almost all chant. All hook, all chant. Hey, shouts out to Deep Cut Podcast. Let's do that collab, you guys. You guys still down to talk horror movies sometime? I'm helly down. I'm going to be on Josh Klein's movie podcast, Whoops Up, Whoops Down, this Sunday at 11 a.m. We're going to do an early morning stream. So if you're trying to hear me and Josh just ramble on about movies, we're not talking about any specific movies this time. This is literally a clean slate and just an excuse for us to ramble. Because every time we do a podcast, we tend to want to ramble for like an hour and a half before we even talk about what we want to talk about. So we're going in completely clean slate, and we're just going to talk some shit. Anyway, there was another, what was the other, No Shoulders. That was the other Gloom Unit song I wanted to shout out real quick. Ball is already sold out. Nice try, Shape. The shit goes on sale Sunday. Shape in here trolling. Nice try, buddy. Take that shit elsewhere. I'm just kidding, Shape. Don't take it elsewhere. My stupid family is frolicking in the garden with me, and I just want to watch Habs. Shh. Ignore that family, bro. I'm just kidding. No, enjoy your family life. Don't watch this fucking Juggalo bullshit. Enjoy your life with your family. Saturday at midnight, I'm going to be like, refresh. Is it Saturday? I thought it was Sunday. Sunday, 9 p.m., I believe. We're going to get to it. I have the whole readout. I'm going to read that whole shit out to you. I guess I'll play this really cool little animated Norm thing that came across. Oh, my God.
And Doug.
God.
Thanks for coming in to talk about Doug Jr.
Not a
Of course.
sponsor.
Third grade.
I guess I'll play this thing real quick. I already started explaining it, so I guess I have to play it now. I thought this was kind of a sweet little tribute to Norm Macdonald and Sam Kinison, coincidentally. Yeah,
In 2016, I made a recording of Norm Macdonald. I didn't really understand it at the time, but when I heard he died just a few years later, I went back and listened to it again. I'm rolling.
Does anybody have a cigarette? I'm not going to light it. I just want to hold it to calm me down. Thank you. If a guy is really convinced of an afterlife, then life becomes more and more trivial, you know. You don't spend your days denying the catastrophe to come. When I was just starting out in comedy, I met a guy named Sam Kinison. He never made the mistake that a lot of entertainers do, which is to try to figure out what the audience wants to hear.
You suck! Come on! You want to party? Fuck
I like that Andy Dick's the heckler.
Please don't.
Those guys are always the best. The ones untethered to this world. They're a little bit closer to heaven than all the rest of us. And Sam took me under his wing, kind of.
They're gonna do cocaine right now.
Host, the Weasel. Hey, boys. Let's get this party started.
Kinison told me there's two ways to write a joke. One, you do it like Jerry Seinfeld.
What's the deal with life cereal? Why don't we call it Odies or Squaries?
You take a little thing like cornflakes and you make it big and treat it with the utmost importance.
Oh no, this is much bigger than that. This is life, I tell you.
But the other way to do it, the better way, is you take a very, very important thing and do the opposite. Either way, it juxtaposes the absurd with the profound, and that dissonance is art.
Norm McDonald.
When he told me that, it changed my whole comedy. You know, with Hitler,
Yeah,
the
isn't
more
the
I learn
animation
about
great?
that guy, the more I don't care for him. Kinison had been a preacher, you know.
Spirit of God! I've screamed at God at the top of my lungs.
That's where he got that wild shriek.
Those are real recordings of him preaching too.
When he died, he'd finally quit drugs.
This is true.
He got hit head on. By a fucking guy that was all stoned. It was very ironic. He got out of the car, he walked around,
Sam, are you all right?
and he said to his friend Carl LeBeau, he goes, I'm fine, I'm fine. Internally, he was bleeding, but he looked fine. And then he says, why now, why now? You know, and now he's talking to God. And then he smiles and he goes, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And then he lies down and dies. So maybe you don't think there's Jesus Christ, but you got to know there's God. And people like Kinison, even when they die, they live forever.
Yeah.
For Sam. Amen.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, now they play like a country song, which is fine, but kind of ruins the moment a little bit for me. You know what? While we're here, Violent J was on this Velvet Noir podcast, and he was talking some of his shit about the Dark Carnival, and I feel like this would be a good companion piece to what we just watched.
Hi everyone, today
Jay talking some of his shit. For me, this was the highlight of the whole interview.
Okay, he's the one, the Holy Creator. He made everything. He watches over the planet.
Getting a little religious this episode.
I think it means, I think it's like probably my religion, I would say. But
that's what he's asked. What is the Dark Carnival?
everybody's just filming. That's what I also
right,
noticed.
it's crazy. Look, you can see that shit from the stage. It's like, damn, you got 2,000 people here and they're all behaving differently in just 2 years' time. You know what I'm saying? Now they're all holding up phones, Then yeah, it's just crazy, man.
I did want to ask you about the Dark Carnival. Yeah, it has been a very big part of everything. What does it mean to you?
I think it means, I think it's like probably my religion, I would say, but it's very much God. Okay. First, let me be clear about God. I'm not any specific religion. You see what I'm saying? I'm not Christian or Catholic or anything. I don't go to church, you know, but just growing up, my understanding was God was that he was the holy creator. Okay. He's the one, you know, the holy creator. He made everything. He watches over the planet like it's his creation. You know what I mean? I believe all that. And I believe some people are blessed, right? And I believe that I was blessed by the dark.
I think he is taffing. I think he is smoking a vape in this episode. I have in my notes, Jay takes a hit of a vape at one point.
See what I'm saying? And it's basically,
I don't know what he's smoking, but he's definitely vaping something.
Deed of good packaged as evil. You get what I'm saying? So like when you first hear an ICP record, you think we're killing racists.
That part, a deed of good packaged in evil. I've been really thinking about that a lot this week.
I mean, you think we're just killing people. But once you really get into the lyrics, you see that we're killing racist people or, you know, evil rich guys or fucking bigots or people that beat their wife, you know. Those are the people we're killing, right? So at the end of the day, when you really dissect ICP's music, you find that it's trying to make everybody a better person, trying to make everybody be good and better themselves and be loving and caring, you know. It's just all packaged through this wicked shit so that it gets the attention of people that need to hear it, you know. And because they all heard it together, there's like this camaraderie between them where they feel blessed by this thing we call the Dark Carnival, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's songs I don't even remember writing. It's like it just come out of a trance and it's there, you know what I mean? And it feels
that feeling's crazy. I've had that feeling before. That's happened to me before.
A blessing, you know what I'm saying? That I've been gifted these ideas that I've been able to raise my kids off of and be fortunate like this, you know? And it don't feel like it's anything I did because it was obviously handed down by the higher creator. Because what gives me that to have more drive than normal people to be able to do that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a blessing from him, you know, or it, or whatever it is. But anyway, the music is very much a lot of rabbit holes to go down, you know what I mean? And that's one of them, what the Dark Carnival is and what it means. People have different ideas of what it is, but that's very much how I see it.
Nowadays, with everything going on, I think it's very important to address those issues. The evil rich guys, like you said, the racist or other evil people.
Yeah, there's some people that commit certain kinds of evil that you can't fathom with, you know, like the way I hate to say it, but the way a gang member murders a fellow.
Yeah, he talks about relatable evil here.
Gang member, you know, I can relate to that. I can relate to that in a sense that people are born in these fucked up neighborhoods and that's all they've ever known. Their generations of their family generations have been in gangs. So suddenly they're in a gang and they realize their whole life they were born and raised to war with these guys on the other side of the train tracks. You know what I mean? One of them shoots your boy, so you go shoot him and kill him. I can relate to that. See what I'm saying? I hate to say that, but it's true. I can understand how you would fall down that hole. But somebody beating their wife or being a child molester or fucking being a racist, I cannot relate to that in any way, shape, or form. You see what I'm saying? And so they're almost like enemies in life. They're demons hiding among us.
They're demons. They're demons.
And so the Dark Carnival's after that shit. You know what I'm saying? So our music targets that shit out. I believe it's how we really feel, but it's amplified and fucking turned all the way up and characterized like a comic book and made like a cartoon, a wicked one. And that's what the music is, you know? But where it comes from are real feelings. See what I'm saying? Of anger towards those people.
Would you say that raised the controversy for the FBI or not?
They get into the gang FBI stuff a little bit. All right, let's see. I think that was about it from that interview. Oh yeah, by the way, that interview, I just want to point out, this was on a channel at the time when it was posted. That only had like 3 or 4 subscribers. That has now ballooned to the whopping 63 subscribers. But how fresh is it that Jay just is willing to go on a random YouTube channel that's like, you know, it doesn't even matter how many subscribers are on that shit. I thought that was really cool. Clearly a favor. Clearly a favor for somebody or something, but still, he did that shit. He does cut it off towards the end, and I think he cut it off to film this because he's wearing the same jersey. He says,
What you mean where I'm at?
I gotta play this because this is just straight ridiculous.
Player.
Him saying playa over and over again really got me on this.
Wait for this new badge.
Sit down. Fired up! You know, Wacko, man, I really did miss you, dude.
Next video baji sticker
Bro, anytime we're blessed with Jay acting, I mean, we are just lucky.
It's okay, brother. I promise you. Here's your weed. And then the bottom fell out and her ass started dragging.
1 eternity later.
I'm out this motherfucker, man.
I'll catch up with you soon.
Man, I forgot the fucking weed. Yo, Duke, I left the whole bag of weed here. You wouldn't even believe it.
Ain't no weed in here.
The weed we just smoked.
What weed?
Oh my gosh.
I'm growing slightly offended.
Well, I'm not saying you. Hey, bro, like.
Ain't no weed in here!
Whatever, man. Whatever, man.
He needs some milk.
Anyway, pretty sure that's the order of things. He filmed that right after that interview. Holy fuck, what else we got to talk about? It's been so long since we've talked. No, we're not going to talk about that yet. I have some notes of some stuff to talk about, but we're not talking about that. ICP did have to cancel one of their shows on the recent tour. And people were a little bit concerned about Jay because the first night of the tour, he was performing during Assassins, and he looked a little rough. I do have that clip. He is fine. They didn't cancel any more nights of the tour after this, but it's a little concerning at the time because, you know, this was a big week this last week for Jay and JCW. This was the big Stranglemania week. They were starting a tour. So I was a little worried that something might be going on and the tour might get canceled. But everything's fine. But I did want to show you this clip of him performing Assassins. We got a $5 super chat from LHRPG. I'm going to read first. Jay just started her Stranger Things campaign. Game Diary 1 dropping soon on the Sadistic Circus YouTube channel. Whoop Whoop and Mad Clown Love. Quick advertisement for Sadistic Circus YouTube. Starting a RPG campaign, it looks like. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys this clip that surfaced. This is from Deadhead Jake on YouTube. So you can see Jay kind of hangs in the back, just hanging on the sea for a while. And he's rapping, but he's real low energy compared to what he usually is like. And then at a certain point, he sprays Fago for a little while. And then he just goes in the back. I don't know if you can see that. He just goes in the back at this point. Goes right into the back, and that's how the song ends, with him in the back. This is the night before the show that was canceled, though. Everything's fine, though, it seems. There's, you know, rumors of him being hospitalized. A ambulance left the venue, the Davenport venue, I guess, and people were speculating that it was Jay in the ambo. Apparently it was some girl in the ambo from the show. I don't know. He did end up doing Stranglemania and every other night of the tour, though, it seems. So everything is okay. That clavicular, the clavicular? Am I saying it right? who was outed by Andrew of Channel 5 this past week as being funded by Peter Thiel. Did you see this? Thiel? Peter Thiel? Is it Thiel, not Thiel? Thiel? Peter Thiel? Like the color? Okay, Peter Thiel, like the color of that super chat. Peter Thiel is funding Clav, allegedly, according to Andrew of Channel 5, that's a spicy bit right there. Clav walked out of a 60-minute interview. I think this is his gimmick now as he walks out of interviews. It's like the Danny Brown thing. He gets paid without finishing the interview. It's the Danny Brown method. You have a meltdown, you throw your mic into the crowd, boom, you still get paid for the fucking festival date. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. This hopefully right where he walks out. If it works. Is the internet getting weird? No. The clip got weird though.
Community and movement about being linked to that group.
Yeah, it's about being linked to incels. That's what it is.
I'm not linked to that group in any way. Looks maxing is self-improvement, right? So it's about potentially even ascending out of that category. So that would
Shape. It was your girl that the fucking mic hit? Really? Did she keep that mic? Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. Cherry Pie was there. I was fucking crushed. I was crushed when that Danny Brown shit went down.
One of the goals
that almost ruined
is
my
to
fucking
disassociate from being an incel and overcome that. So that doesn't make sense.
You also maintain...
Is he mogging him right now?
You've been seen with certain people who are from all parts of that world. I mean, just as an example, you've obviously shared company with Andrew Tate and other, dare I say, rather controversial figures. Why do you spend time with people like that?
Are you trying to... I see you want to make this political.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm just curious.
No, that's what you want to do. Is
no.
You know you have
not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I'm not.
You want to end
at all
it and talk about...
I'm just curious. No, not at all. I don't care about your politics. I know you're not political. You've said that repeatedly.
He did get political this week, though. He did come out on one of his streams and say some stuff backing LGBT community. He did make a speech on his little stream.
Same with those people. Obviously, people make assumptions. I'm wondering what the thought process and motivation for you is behind
accepting and loving people shouldn't be.
I guess you watched the Piers interview.
I did, yeah.
Too bad I didn't have time to look into, anything about potentially, who your wife cheated with. But don't try to go down that line of questioning with me, all right? Because I'm not doing any political.
I'm not married.
This very strange young man, huh?
I was simply only asking because obviously you've been filmed with these people.
So I could teach you about looks maxing then. Maybe you could switch that up. But thanks for the time. Appreciate the interview. All right.
He said the same thing to Andrew when he walked off too. He's like, "Why can't we talk about looks maxing?"
All right. That's that done.
What a strange little man. What a very strange little man. Oh yeah, he had an overdose incident this past week with another Australian meathead guy here on stream.
Holy me.
He was really feeling it. And he ended up carrying dude out.
How do you feel?
Asked him if he wants an Addy. He took the camera off him at this point. He was looking so faded, I guess.
When did you last take blues? You want natty? You want natty?
Anyway, he's real faded, talking to girls outside and shit. This is before they go inside.
You speak Portuguese?
Yeah.
Portuguese.
Holy shit, dude. I'm trying my best, but fucking destroyed right now. All right, have a good rest of your day. Take care.
That's me at the gathering when I'm tripping balls. I'm tripping. I'm just tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Anyway, so allegedly had an overdose. I want to play you guys. So Coachella went down. This really weird Sabrina Carpenter clip got my attention. Have you seen this, babe?
I don't have any Sabrina Carpenter in my algorithm.
Oh, is it going to work for me? So this girl in the crowd kept hollering at her. All right, I'm going to just play the clip.
I don't like it.
It's my culture, she says.
That's your culture, is yodeling?
It's a call of
Is
celebration.
this Burning Man? What's going on? This is weird. You know, the last...
She getting shit for saying she doesn't like it, though.
Is that what you're doing?
That it's weird.
I don't like it. That's your culture, is yodeling?
What a white girl. She thinks it's yodeling. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. What was the Wooks hate stinky jugs conspiracy? Hold on a second. This was a thing from Reddit that I thought was really funny. All right, I'm gonna read you. Hold on, I'm gonna read you guys this. This was from like 2 weeks ago on Reddit. Someone posted this. The real reason the gathering had to leave Legends Valley. Because of the trash fight stench permeating the grounds right before Lost Lands Festival takes place. You can research and find countless people bitching online about the stench at Lost Lands the last couple of years. Lost Lands official tried to blame it on an overflowing porta potty, but if you have been to the gathering and know where the areas where the trash fights have occurred, the Slaughterhouse Tent area and the Iconic Stage area, that's where the Lost Lands folks are bitching about smelling bad. It's easy to put two and two together and realize realize what they are smelling / why they are complaining. That has to be awful for those people who can't enjoy their festival without rotting squid or air creeping in everywhere you turn. Those white trash fucks that bring the squid and octopus shit really fucked it up for every one of us. I'm 100% blaming it on them. Fuck those people. The trash fight was stinky, yeah, but squid thing is what really took it over the edge in a way no one asked for. No one would give a fuck what Juggalos did out there if it didn't smell bad when we left. The parking, in quotes, parking situation was nothing more than a ruse. Hold on, let me put this up here so you guys can see what I'm reading. Was nothing more than a ruse to pinch out the gathering because of an agreement Steve had made with the Lost Lands guy. I like the Lost Lands guy. Next sentence. Lost Lands guy paid Steve. Basically covered the Gathering of the Juggalos profit, plus, of course, a little extra to say thanks. A little slice on the cheese, if you will. Fucks up the quote. Fucks up the Violent J quote. On the cheese. Thought he really nailed it, but fucked up the quote. To box out any festival. Why is that in quotations? Why is any festival in quotations? What is that quoting exactly? God, I love this. Within a certain time frame of Lost Lands, they had already blocked the newly built street crossing tunnel from Juggalos using it. Major you can't sit here vibes. And during Gathering of the Juggalos 25, I noticed there was major construction going on directly on the Legend Valley grounds that won't be so easy to block off. What to do that solves all of that? Just remove the Juggalos entirely, or more accurately, price them out with a fictitious rate raise. So what's fictitious? So it's either a real rate raise or it's a not real rate raise. What's fictitious about? If they're pricing them out, they're pricing them out, right? Anyway, Fire Marshal, while Fire Marshal Willie, so Cy makes the choice not to pay and thus can't finger point and say Steve and then that's in parentheses for some reason, and say Steve kicked them out since the blame, oh my God, is on the mean insurance man. I'm sure Steve has known the fire marshal since grade school. Steve must be on the edge of his seat, though, right now, watching what's going to happen with these wonky new grounds. If you haven't seen the videos, it's looking pretty bad. It doesn't look that bad. Maybe the road into the place looks a little rocky. It doesn't look that bad. I don't think we're going to watch those tonight, but I have several videos that I've collected of the drive-in. Fagel Lovers posted 2 of them, and someone posted, I think on Facebook, a drive-through of the new grounds. But yeah, it doesn't look that bad actually on the grounds. The drive into the grounds from the parking lot area or whatever is a little rough, it looks like, though. Jesus Christ. Am I done with this slop? I don't know. But the plan went smoothly and got away clean. Nuh-uh, because you called them out on Reddit. I predict guarantee, in quote, in parentheses, I predict, in quotations, guarantee that we will see a major Lost Lands feature or addition coming this year to the main grounds at Legend Valley. Gets a facelift after this gentrification. Steve, you were the chosen one. This has to be a troll, right? Oh, yeah, and fuck those squid people. None of this would have been necessary if it wasn't for your fucking disgustingness. What an incredibly stupid thing to take pride in. Which, you know, the Wooks hate stinky juggalos conspiracy definitely tracks, but there's a lot of holes in this theory. Why? You don't think Wooks hate stinky juggalos? All right, Emily disagrees. Emily thinks Wooks loves stinky juggalos. Wook, who loves a stinky juggalo? All right, point proven. Point proven. MGK and Fred Durst got a new song called "Fix Your Face," and I guess MGK's dissing Youngblood in it. Do you realize that? What? Yeah, those I think like the opening bars. He says, kids that used to be on Disney and then private schools or something, blah de blah. But I'm more excited about a different collab, you guys. There's another Fred Durst collab I'm a little bit more excited about. Hold on, I got to refresh that again. Oh, no. How'd I do that? I don't even know how I did that. Oh, my God. I'm fucking botching this. All right. Refresh again. Hopefully I don't do that. Okay. So Corey Feldman and Fred Durst have a song coming. That's what I'm excited about. Fucking okay. Corey Feldman, bitch. Sounds like there's a kazoo solo in there. I'm fucking all right, man. I'm with it. I'm with it. Let's run that again. Fuck it. Now, that's a teaser. Hear that scream? Listen for the kazoo. And a nice little kazoo solo right at the end to take you out. Yeah, that's going to be fire, bro. That's going to be fucking fire. I can't wait. There's a new Korn single. Holy new metal. There's so much new metal I'm talking about. New Korn single came out called Reward the Scars. I think it's for a video game. I think it's for a Diablo. Yeah, it's for Diablo. Trump. Oh my God. Here's the picture of Trump as a doctor. So Trump tweeted this picture of him as Jesus, or him as a religious holy figure healing a troop. And he said that he thought this was him as a doctor. Isn't that crazy? Anyway. Twisted is doing some 420 shows or something. I think this is part of their 420 shows. It was brought to my attention that there is a Lotus Cross and Ryda's logo on here, causing people to speculate that they're probably going to do Lotus and Ryda's songs on here. Who cares? Matt, the homie Matt. This is Matt, the homie Matt, who allegedly got this tattoo. I have to believe Matt is trolling with this. There's a couple of signs that Matt's trolling. I don't believe this is real. I think this is a response to Yami's fake face tat that he did. But I think Matt's fake one that's a parody of the Yami one is way more viral. I think Matt's parody ended up going way more viral. He's teasing it out pretty well right now. If you go to his Instagram, he's like putting C-17 stickers over his face and shit. I have to imagine that this is fake. It looks real though. I'll give him credit. If it's AI, it's some really good looking AI. I don't know if he really did it though. I feel like he's trolling. I can't fucking tell. But anyway, I had to show this and talk about this real quick, because how could I not? This is what I was trying to find. So Action Bronson, who is an artist who has painted his own covers for like the last several projects. Was he talking about it on Joe Rogan? Shit, I wish I would have listened to that. What did he say? Okay. So Action Bronson, Emily was just saying he was on Joe Rogan talking about this. So he put some AI shit together for his new album, Planet Frog. I think this is for his album. And people were lighting him up in the comments, man. People, and I think it was to the point where I think even he says, don't worry, there's a painted cover coming. Like he even fucking knew it was coming, / Oh my God. She's sinking down. You got it? Sinking down. Old lady sinking down. Let me turn your mic on. All right. I think you can talk.
Okay, so basically what he said was he's an old head and he wasn't aware of the social repercussions of AI. He was just totally unaware.
Interesting.
I
did say, I think in the comments or something, he said something. Maybe it was even in this thing. He said something. How else am I supposed to get? Yeah, right here. How the hell else would I get the frog to do what I want?
So listen, he tried to put popsicles. He tried to get a frog to hold some popsicles.
Wait, he like literally tried to take a picture?
Yes. And
that's fucking fresh.
And it wasn't working. Okay,
so he tortured a poor frog.
So he went to AI.
He glued popsicle sticks to a frog leg.
No, he didn't glue it. He said the fucking frog wouldn't hold the goddamn popsicle sticks like I wanted him to.
That's the impression. That's the impression she was coming over here to do earlier, y'all.
So.
You're fucking me with the frog legs.
So basically, oh shit. So basically, he wasn't aware of the social repercussions. And his reaction to it was every other album. Nobody's losing a job because every album cover I've designed myself.
Right.
And
good point.
And he did have a youngin kind of explain to him the social repercussions of AI, and now he understands.
But boy, he was getting lit up.
Yeah,
about this.
That's what he said. He said.
If Shaggy thought he was getting shit for some of the posts he did,
no, he literally was like, "Dog, like they tore my ass
they really
up
did.
Over this."
Yeah, it was crazy. Do you want to talk about real quick while I have you here how it's maybe the end of the pink couch era here?
Our chairs just got in.
This might be the last episode with this streaming setup that you guys see with the pink. This might be the end. I almost called tonight's episode the end of the pink couch era. But I had more clickbaity things to call it.
We bought this couch for us to sit on as our couch.
This was going to be our main living room couch. Turns out it's not that comfortable.
It sucks.
It's such a pain in the ass to sit on. So if you ever see me like getting all like antsy, like trying to like reposition, it's because my ass hurts on this fucking thing real bad.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's not comfortable to sit on. So if I'm ever doing a stream where it's over 2 hours, watch me like reposition. Watch my repositioning, because my ass is just starting to fucking kill. So the idea is to have a complete. I'm not going to reveal the whole setup. I maybe even talked about it on here a little bit. But we're going to have a completely different setup over here. Complete revamp of the set. I've already ordered everything. Stuff is just going to be showing up in the next week or so, though. Complete set revamp coming soon. Probably 223 will be a complete revamp, or at least the beginning of the revamp. She's trying to get up. Thank you for joining us ever so briefly, Emily. Yeah. All right, what do we got? What do we got next, folks? Let's see. Oliver Tree. I played you guys the Modest Mouse single. They have a new album coming out real soon. Oliver Tree has a 4th album out today called Love You Madly, Hate You Badly. I still have not listened to that yet. I chose to listen to Gloom Unit over Oliver Tree. You're welcome, Frankie Goldie. What? Did you just pick it up with your feet?
Yeah, I couldn't bend over. It hurt.
She's just up to monkey business over here. Okay. Yeah, I think. I know Billy dropped his shit with Broken Star. By the way, I think we lost our CD. Billy was so nice. He gave me and Kosuke copies of the new Broken Star shit before it was even out. And I don't know what the fuck happened. I think we might have left it at the fucking merch table. I think we fucking lost those CDs. Kosuke, I still have not found those CDs in my car, by the way. I did go looking in there. I never got back to you about that. Let's see. All right, Trump says he's going to release the UFO files. I got a fucking clip about that. I don't know if I always feel like these Trump clips are going to be way funnier than they are, and then he's never as funny as I hope he's going to be when I take these clips. Let's see. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna play the Trump UFO one. Let's see if it's funny.
Secretary of War, how good is Pete Hegseth doing, by the way?
Jesus Christ. Not funny.
To begin releasing government files relating to UFOs and unexplained aerial phenomena. And I figured this
now
was
it's
a
getting
good
kind of funny.
because I know you people, you're really into that. I don't know if I am, but so I'm pleased to report today. I thought I'd save it for this crowd because you're a little bit out there, a little bit.
You're a little bit out there. You look crazy.
That this process is well underway, and we found many very interesting documents, I must say. And the first releases
He's Martin
will
Short now. He's fucking Ed Grimley.
very, very soon. So you can go out and see if that phenomena is correct. You'll figure it out. Let me know. Let me know. But we've had a lot of questions. It's something that really captivates the mind. There's no question about it. With you.
So Trump's in like full distraction mode, right? Like this is full distraction mode at this point. He loosened restrictions on psychedelic drugs to be used in treatment. Stuff like ibogaine, which I will give fucking credit where it's due. That's tremendous. Ibogaine has look up a couple of YouTube documentaries about ibogaine. I think Vice did a couple of really good ones that really illustrate how successful ibogaine is in curing opiate addicts, specifically people with opioid problems. Yeah, that's huge. People have to go to Canada or Mexico to get the proper treatment for it. So that's actually huge. Joe Rogan helped him pass it, though, and really hilariously stood behind. Yeah, this is worth playing. Really hilariously just like kind of stood behind Trump while he was speaking, like kind of peeking over his chair.
I sent President Trump some information. We have a gigantic opiate problem in this country, obviously.
This is a big deal.
More than 80,000 people died of overdoses.
But I feel like it's a distraction.
Number. And there's more than 5 million people that are addicted to opiates right now in this country. With one dose of ibogaine, more than 80% of people are free of that addiction. With 2 doses, it's more than 90%. I sent him that information. The text message came back, sounds great. Do you want FDA approval? Let's do it. It was literally that quick. These drugs are illegal not because they're harmful. They're illegal because
Joe just speaking to the back of Trump's head the way Trump likes it.
The 1970 Controlled Substances Act that was passed by the Richard Nixon administration. They did it to target the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement. It's not because these drugs harm people. And For 56 years, we've lived under those terrible conditions. We're free of that now. We're free of that now. Thanks to all these people that we see next to me, and thanks to President Trump.
It does feel a little bit like this is a way to satiate Joe Rogan, who recently got real critical of Trump, though, right? I think it is a little bit. Baby is over here hurting. You all right? Take some Advil. She took 6 Advil just now. She monkey picked up Advil with her feet and then took 6 Advil. Also with her feet. She popped them with her feet. I mean, picking up the Advil with your feet was 1 feat of strength, but tossing the pills back with the feet was really crazy. She's flipping me off. I don't know what that means. All right. Do I have any more Trumpito stuff? Oh yeah, I guess I have this weird Trump. Oh yeah, he also reclassified medical marijuana from Schedule. I think this is maybe only applies to medical marijuana. From a Schedule 1 drug to a Schedule 3 drug, which is also a pretty big deal. But once again, I feel like this is distractions for other things. Look at this really sweet, totally not weird post that Trump made on Truth. This is really strange. A president made this post on social media.
Ashaka Shan La La.
What does that mean?
Ashaka Shan La.
Did a president just post a fucking ritual on his social media? Did I just play a presidential satanic ritual on my show? What's that? That was proven not real? I mean, the video's obviously not real. That's AI. I mean, obviously that's not really him getting fucking blood on his fucking head. Are you saying he didn't post that, though, Slaughter? He never posted it? Fake news. Fake news. Slaughter is saying that's fake news. Did he really post that ritual post? It was on the 18th. Okay. ChatGPT might lie to us, though. Emily's looking it up right now. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about these warehouse fires. It's not real. Thank you, Slaughter, for bringing that to our attention. Shouts out to Slaughter 2013. There's no real translation to it either. All right, so that's not real. He didn't. Well, thank God he didn't post a satanic ritual post. Thank God. All right, I want to talk about these warehouse fires. The man who was accused of starting the one in Ontario, I think it was Ontario, California. I think it was in California. It caused $500 million in damage, by the way. I think this is the toilet paper factory, right? Shamel Abdul Karim, I think is how you say it. A 29-year-old resident of Highland is facing several arson charges in San Bernardino. Yeah, so that's California. But yeah, he's pleading not guilty, I think. Anyway, 7 more fires were set by Wednesday of 2 weeks ago. Amazon worker died at an Oregon warehouse, and the workers were told to just work around the body. I think there was up to like 15 fires I had seen. So a new trend, I think, of warehouse fires. But yeah, that Amazon, it was an Oregon Amazon warehouse. The manager told them to just keep working around a dead body. Don't quit your day job type beat. Live Nation and Ticketmaster found to have been have a monopoly over big concert venues. Yeah, well, no shit, dude. Hasn't that news story already played out like several times before with Live Nation and or Ticketmaster? Haven't we already been through this a couple of times? I feel like we've already ran this story. Haven't we already done this timeline? We're up to 10, 11, 12 scientists now missing or confirmed dead. The one that's really going crazy this week was this one that was she committed suicide. She unalived herself in 2002, but a bunch of her clips are going viral now of her last interview, where she's I think drinking during it. You know, not that she's lying because she's drinking, but let me see if I can get this to play. This is from her last interview she did. Amy Eskridge, who is, her father is one. She claims her father is one of 5 scientists who discovered anti-gravitational technology.
Supposedly,
and that's the link with all these scientists that are going missing, is this anti-grav technology that they're all allegedly linked to.
this SSP katana wielding dude is my dad, to independently discover anti-gravity. And this dude, this katana wielding dude, made a really big deal about, he was like, okay, listen to me. It's been independently discovered 4 other times. He said it has been suppressed every single fucking time. And he said, I don't think they're going to suppress it this time. He said, I think you're in the clear. He said, they obviously know about you because I've had multiple, both protective and threatening interactions with various agency affiliations, whatever. He was like, if you haven't had a US government agent come to you and say, stop, shut the fuck up, stop, shut the fuck up. If that hasn't happened, they're going to let you do it.
Takes a sip of a Yingling.
They're going to let you do it this time. He said it's been suppressed every other time. This time, they're waiting for someone to publish. They're ready. They're waiting. There are SSP motherfuckers that are fucking twiddling their thumbs. Like, is Amy not going to publish soon? Gah, we've been influencing this bitch forever. Doesn't she know we want her to publish? Jesus. Like, there's multiple people doing that right now. And on the other side of the fence, there's multiple parties looking at each other like...
All right, we're going to go to this next one. Also from that last interview she did.
Cancel, cancel, cancel. Dopamine block, dopamine block, dopamine block. They get the ideas from you. They get the design. They get the prototype that works the first time you turn it on. And then they cancel it and they take it a level deeper. Because
now, I'm not saying she's lying or anything, but I think it is something worth warranting or worth noting, because she has drunk person telling a story energy. And I'm not saying drunk people who tell stories are lying all the time, but sometimes drunk people tell stories.
It's a waste of your time. If you're a problem solver, if you solve impossible problems, it's a waste of your time to optimize a problem you've already solved for application. So what they do, you solve the impossible problem, and then they cancel it in the white world. They move it a level deeper. A level deeper, they optimize it for the secret application, and they give you a new problem. And then they cancel it. And then they give you a new problem, and then they cancel it. And a new problem, and they cancel it. And they psychologically abuse you.
She's talking about the way they treat scientists who discover some of this stuff. This is her talking about her theory on what the beings are. Us from the future type beat. Oh, I gotta unmute her. She's eating now, by the way, during this section of the interview.
The ultra-terrestrials, I think, have you heard of the P-52s and the P-47s? Do you know what that is? They're us from the future. They're from here. They are you. They are me. They're from here, from the future. P-47 is present plus 47,000 years. P52 is present plus 52,000 years. And basically there's a calamity, right? So there's like a apocalypse scenario in the near future. It wipes out most of like everything, man. And there's the ones that go underground and survive, right? And then there's the ones that somehow stay on the surface and miraculously don't die.
Us from the future. Specifically 47,000 years ago and 52,000 years ago. So from two different time eras, two competing versions of us evolved, what 5,000 years apart? Her being targeted is the last clip I have. I don't know if it's worth playing this whole thing.
Physically surveilled by the following method. My ex-boyfriend and I realized that people had been breaking into our apartment while we were gone together in the same vehicle. And so like, I'm in the apartment, I'm about to go to work, and I'm like, why don't you take out the trash and scope out the parking lot and make sure it's okay before I go to work? So he goes out there and he's like, there's this weird fucking Lexus. It's like a silver Lexus. This is a shitty apartment. Like, why is there really nice Lexus in the parking lot? And it has tinted windows that are not street legal. Like, just totally dark, totally black tinted windows that are not possibly street legal. And so he comes back in and we're standing in our bedroom window looking at the Lexus and talking about it. And I say out loud, maybe we should walk over there later.
Juggalo Fred in the chat said, can you talk about the new ROC album? I have not heard the new ROC album, but I'd be down to listen to the new ROC album. I forget the name of it. I did see that he had dropped that. I am curious enough to listen to the new ROC album, though. Is it good? I fucking love Half-Breed, and yeah, I really fucked with Half-Breed back in the day. Oh, we dropped some frames. It did drop some frames. There's a UFO YouTuber named David Wilcock who also committed suicide this week. People are connecting it to this whole scenario. Oh, shit. I do have a clip of Tim Dillon talking about AI Sumerian Demon, if you guys are curious about that. But I do have to play you. So I think just last episode I was telling you guys about this Logan Paul fella. And I played you a clip about how Logan Paul was bragging about his UFO footage that he's got and how he played it for, oh shit. Let me see if this will work here.
And he calls me up and he goes, James, he goes, I got.
All right. So here's the setup for this. This is James Fox talking about Logan's
You gotta
clip.
see. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, what is it? And he goes, oh, I ain't gonna tell you what it is, but I'll tell you what, when you see it, your jaw's gonna hit the floor. And I went, that good? He goes, oh yeah, that good. Hung up the phone, jumped in my car, drove 12 straight hours. I get to this guy's double wide cabin in Rachel, Nevada.
This is James talking about when he had seen it, because James claims that he had seen the same clip 20 years ago or some shit.
To God, what I'm telling you is true, okay?
And that's what the context
He pops the tape in, and it's a VHS tape. And I said, where did you get it? He goes, just watch. So I watch this, and there's two guys on the quintessential road trip from LA to Area 51. It was really popular in the 90s. And they're like goofing off next to the signs, and they go the little alien, and, hey, look at this little UFO, and they're just being silly, having a good time, road trip, music. All of a sudden, the car stopped. It's dusk, and the camera is cocked on the armrest, and it's shooting the dashboard and the windscreen. And it sounds like, and I couldn't see, but it sounds like the two guys in the car are trying to climb under the seats, and they're screaming at each other. And all of a sudden, the car lights up. Like if you could imagine, like here's the car, if there's an object above the car, with a light on a pendulum, and it's moving very smoothly like fluid, like back.
Okay, so that's James talking about this clip from like, he saw it 20 years ago, right? Here's the clip. This is allegedly the actual clip. What is it? From Jesse Michaels on YouTube. Jesse Michaels did a YouTube interview with Bob Lazar, and this is the actual clip, allegedly.
And you see something very clearly illuminating like the top of the dashboard, and they're like hunkered underneath the car and they're whispering to each other like, I think it's out there, like I don't know what it is, maybe we should go out there. And they're like kind of scared.
Then something appears just beyond the glass. The craft is hovering extremely close to the car. It's orange and slightly wobbling or undulating in place as if it's on a wave. You can hear the two guys whispering.
It's out there. Stop it. Over there.
But, you know, essentially it's just an orange light.
Yeah,
in
that
black.
to me
Yeah.
is exactly how it was described by Bob. It's exact like your hand did. Your hand did.
Yeah,
this.
it's moving the right way.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
right.
I don't know. But I do find it interesting that James claims it's a clip that he saw 20 years ago. Oh, that's the same thing. Okay, that's the same one. All right, what do we got next? The Onion bought InfoWars, Alex Jones InfoWars, and they're gonna have Tim Heidecker of Tim and Eric run it for, I think it's like 3 to 6 months or some shit, right? Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Alex was losing his mind this week on InfoWars, taking his shirt off, all kinds of crazy shit. They're coming after Tim pretty hard too with the old Tim and Eric sketch, the clown kids, renting clown children. That they're coming after Tim pretty hard with that shit. Jeremy Corbell has a documentary about himself that is being made called Sleeping Dog. Allegedly, he has some files from Los Alamos that he was given by the son of someone who worked there, type beat. DC Comics released the Clayface trailer, which actually looks really fresh, supposedly based off the Batman the Animated Series episode about Clayface, so that should be dope. I'm currently reading a little reading update. I finished Exquisite Corpse by Poppy Z. Bright. Got really brutal towards the end. Holy shit. And now I'm reading Gone to See the Riverman by Christopher Triana, I think is how you say his name. Gone to See the Riverman's really dope so far. I'm about halfway through that. We're watching Hulk Hogan's Real American documentary. Pretty good so far. I need to watch more of that. Hogan, the big thing coming out about this is Hogan was a fent addict. Allegedly, now this is based off of an old Joe Rogan clip, I think. Allegedly, he was on 80 milligram tablets, multiple at once, 2 300 milligram patches on his body. I think they say it was on one leg each, the patches. And then he had 6 1,500 milligram lollipops in rotation, whatever that means. But I think that's based on, that wasn't what he was on when he died. That was what he was on after one of his surgeries. And I believe it's based off of this Joe Rogan clip. I think some people are misinterpreting that this is about, like, right before he died, he was on that much fent.
Surgeries, the doctors are just banging me with these pills and different thing, and the thing that stopped me, the thing that shut me down completely, where I said enough's enough, is when they hit me with the fentanyl stuff. They almost killed me with that stuff. So That's when I said,
he was
I'm
taking
done.
way more than I mean,
I
that's
didn't
enough
know
to
they
kill
gave it to
a
me,
person,
but
right?
morphine
Way more than enough to
and
kill a person.
Dilaudid and none of that stuff worked on my back. I'd had so many surgeries. If I just moved, if I see I'm just barely moving my little finger,
If you
if I
see
just
the
move my leg
context.
that much, I'd just scream like a
No
wounded
80
animal.
milligram tablets,
'Cause
300
everything was
milligram
so
patches,
torqued.
or
And
15
then there's
milligram
one night
lollipops
when
exist.
I don't know what I was taking. I guess they had me on the fentanyl things you stick up under your gums and the patches on my legs and the lollipops. Remember one night my body just completely torqued and my head and shoulders were facing the opposite way. And it took a bunch of EMTs to get me out of the house. And when I came back, I said, that's it. I'm done. You know, and I called one of my buddies in LA and they prescribed the fentanyl to me. And the insurance didn't cover it, so it was $2,000 every 2 days. And the pharmacist says, I've never seen anybody on so much fentanyl and still be alive. And so that was the prescription they were giving me because my back was so bad. They cut on me so much.
But there's a lot of crazy shit in that Hulk documentary. The fentanyl thing seems to be the first thing that came out. Werner Herzog is in that fucking documentary. That is insane. WrestleMania, Stranglemania, Joey Janela's Spring Break went down this last weekend. I had a good time watching all of these shows. I haven't finished. Which one haven't I finished? The Clusterfuck. I haven't finished the Clusterfuck show. I still have to finish that. But I watched almost, I think I still have to finish Stranglemania, actually, because I was falling asleep. So if you don't know, Stranglemania was supposed to start at midnight Las Vegas time. That's 3 a.m. East Coast time, right? So I stayed up, or not, more likely I didn't stay up. Emily had to get up to go to work this past Saturday at, to be there at 3. So I brought her to work, and then I just fucking sat on the couch and waited and for the fucking show to start. It didn't start for like an hour plus. So 4 a.m., 4:20, something like that, 4:17 a.m. East Coast time, it finally started. Great show, though. The Joey Janela show was excellent, too. WrestleMania, not so good. Did not really dig WrestleMania so much. Man, I got so much shit to talk. We've already been on for an hour and a half, and I still have so much shit to talk about. One of the big things to come out of WrestleCon, one of the events that went down, is this interaction, which is funny because I just played you guys this guy, I found out. This interaction that happened with Big Vito, the Don of JCW, at WrestleCon. I got to show you guys this. If you didn't see, Big Vito got into a thing with a troll named Big Oj. Now, I just played you guys Big Oj just recently, but I'm going to play you this first, and then I'll play you Big Oj to remind you who he is. Gets into a little light beard pulling, a little light Larry from the Three Stooges hair pulling. Got a very Larry cut there. Very Larry hair.
Look at you, fucker, huh? You fucking asshole. Don't ever fucking put your fucking hands on me again. You understand? You understand, motherfucker? Huh? Go ahead, fucking dude. Get your fucking.
Vito, he's all right. Vito, he's okay.
He's good.
They take care about it.
I see someone in the chat saying it's fake.
I got fucking help up with this guy, though. You don't listen to me. He'll listen to you. You whoop his ass up.
I want to remind you who this guy is. So he came across my radar because he was talking shit about Juggalos on Instagram.
If you notice in the video, my hat's forward.
Oh wait, that's him explaining what happened in Vegas. Hold on a second. This is this guy.
Gets loser comments all over my post. Shitty fucking ICP
I just
fucking
played this
profile
fucker for you, like, 2
pictures.
episodes
Wow,
ago.
dude. Again, I gotta say it. Fuck the insane clown pussies. Their music's terrible. their fans are fucking
So
worse.
it was this guy.
Calls themselves fucking Juggalosers. Yeah, dude, no one cares. Yeah, just make sure my gas station rollers are ready when I get to the gas station, bud, and you're working your shitty overnight shift. Yeah.
I mean,
no
his
one
account
cares,
is definitely a
fucking
work.
losers.
That's
no
where
one
I'm
wants
like
to be
with
around
you
you
on
guys,
this.
and yeah, dude, wow. 20 fans in a stadium of a fucking Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Cool, bud. No one cares.
Wait till you hear his explanation of what happened. He explains what happened. Hold on, I went too far.
Everyone's seen the over-the-top movie and know Karl Malone turns his hat backwards when he's ready to go. So, A, my hat...
Oh, shit. Oh, let me refresh that. I don't know why he froze up.
Count, don't care. If you notice in the video, my hat's forward. Everyone's seen the over-the-top movie and know Karl Malone turns his hat backwards when he's ready to go. So A, my hat was forward. B, everyone knows I don't fight unless I got a fucking Baconator in my bloodstream. I had zero Baconators in Vegas, so I wasn't there to fight. Yeah, anyways, I'm at WrestleCon there minding my business. Hundreds of wrestlers lined up to get my fucking autograph and just take pictures with me. Because I'm fucking awesome. Why wouldn't you want to? This old bald piece of crap keeps trying to cut the line. Oh, huge fan. I've been doing this for 30 years. Yeah, I don't care, dude. You've been a piece of crap for 30 years. And he just wouldn't leave me alone. So he attacked me for no reason. All over because I wouldn't give him a fucking autograph. So yeah, right there. Yeah, I can't swing on a wrestler. I'll fucking go to jail and probably get beat up by wrestlers. I'm not an idiot wrestling fan.
He thinks
So yeah, piss off.
Wrestlers in jail. Anyway, definitely his account's definitely a work, right? But I mean, what really went down? I mean, obviously, did they set that up? You think that was like a setup thing? Like, all right, start recording. Let's do it now. Because what was it? The video I showed you was shot by Jeeves. But there's a couple of different angles floating around about it. Yeah, man, Backseat Boys are back in JCW after Stranglemania. Really cool moment where Jay comes out and announced the Backseat Boys were back. Jay came out during the Joey Janela Spring Break show, during the Sandman versus Invisible Man match. But yeah, Mania pretty boring. Brock retired after losing his match. The first match of WrestleMania Night 1, he lost and then left his shit in the ring. Danhausen segment was pretty fun. Paige returned. I think Danhausen's segment was the most fun, best segment of the whole show for me. Danhausen's segment was really fresh. The little person, the midget Danhausen's. Let's see. But yeah, it's like Emily always says, because she watched a decent amount of Night 2 with me. Actually, pretty much all of Night 2 with me. Because she always just points out, like, WWE is just so boring, especially after you just watched, like, JCW or fucking GCW and shit. Like, this shit is just so boring in comparison. And I have to completely agree. Man, I want to show you guys these Twisted from Astro clips. So Twisted did a whole... I got to make a video about this because I can accomplish the jokes way better in a purely speculation format. But on Replicon Radio's YouTube, you can see the Twisted video in full of their little Twisted fake seminar gimmick that they do. And yeah, they made a lot of outlandish claims in that segment, saying that the Juggalo was just a word before them and that they turned it into a culture, talking about how ICP did them wrong, talking about their record Heartbroken and Homicidal being shelved, although it wasn't shelved. That's one of the most bizarre parts of the story. Monoxide tells this story about their record Heartbroken and Homicidal, how they played it for everybody at Psychopathic and everybody loved it, and Jay's reaction was, I can't believe they made this. But then 3 days later calls them into the office and was like, we can't release this record, Juggalos aren't going to get it. But then here's the thing, that's the record that came out, that's the record they played at the Gathering that year, right? Where they played like a mini set and then played their whole record. And correct me if I'm wrong, it didn't go over well. them not playing that set and then playing this like kind of polarizing record, emo record for the fucking crowd. It did not go over well. So both of these things can be true. Jay liked the record and was hesitant to put it out because Juggalos weren't going to fuck with it. I mean, he wasn't wrong because some Juggalos didn't fuck with it. But here's the thing. The record got put out. How can you say he shelved the record that they eventually released? You're leaving out a giant section of that story to paint your picture of they fucked us, guys. They fucked us. People realize that record came out, right? Are you new here? Alex, why the twisted tantrums? Are you new here, sir? Yeah, I mean, go peep the backlog, I guess. Why the twisted tantrums? I mean, I guess I don't talk about them a lot, but I mean, this shit's fucking crazy. I got to do a whole video about that. The thing that sucks is the audio for this video is really bad, and I can't even fucking tell. I can't even fucking tell what they're saying for half of it. So that's what's really kept me from making a video about this shit. But I mean, there's some fucking crazy claims. The Juggalo was just a word before, and then they oh fuck, they say like they're lucky we don't really drop our version of the Great Malenko because we would do it better. Dog, do you not get the irony of like you how are you gonna do a record better than someone who's already walked in those footsteps? Like that just doesn't even fucking make sense, man. Anyway, all right, let's get into the Gathering stuff. New Gathering map dropped. I think we're done. Are we on? I think I'm done after this. Oh, yeah, Gloom to the Tomb in Vegas tonight. Billy's opening for Clockwork, I think, in Chicago tonight. We talked about Stranglemania, ICP on tour. The next show, I think, is Violent J's sold-out birthday show. Oh, yeah, Hog Rock. This will get me into the Gathering thing. So Hog Rock released some of their prices for their bootleg Gathering. $1,000 and $750 cabins. I'm assuming those must be bigger cabins and smaller cabins, including electric and built-in bathroom or outhouse. So I'm guessing the outhouse ones must be the 750 boys, huh? Little ball of sight for $150, big ball of sight for $250, car pass $50, GA 24 to 26 campground. That's for a campground spot, $100. Early entry $120. And the website going May 1st. How is this shit show going to go down? There's a lot of people booked for this. People are definitely going to pull up for this, but is it even going to go down? I don't know, man. Speaking of which, we talked about the Haystack controversy. I believe the last episode, we talked about this Hog Rock booking Haystack thing, who has some very problematic allegations, really just charges. Not even allegations, just straight up criminal charges against him. He was caught clown signaling this past week and a half or so. Been an opener, been a babysitter, been security, whatever he needs to be, because we're family. Y'all artists today will never know the Juggalos. This is after he got kicked off of the Hog Rock thing, by the way. What's the point of this clown signaling? I do not know. So here's the map of Max Creek Gathering Grounds with a bunch of different campgrounds. Now, this does not include, and you see at the very bottom of the map, here, let me do it this way. I'm going to pull up the website so that way I can zoom in on certain spots. And then I can go back. Because the website has been updated to just show the map, essentially, and the logo. But if I do this, I can zoom in on some spots here. So if you go down here to the bottom of the map, right, you see box office and parking. This is going to get brought up in their little spiel here. But that's quite the trek from the parking and box office, I guess, to the actual gathering grounds. So they're apparently going to be running shuttle buses from the parking area to the actual gathering grounds. It's hard to tell how actually big this layout is. Now, Fago lovers on their Facebook do have a couple of drive-through, walk-through videos. But you got the Ghost, is that Ghost Ninja Campground, Detonation Stage, and the JCW Pavilion over here by the water. I like how some of these stages are by the water and whatnot. The main stage, I believe, is this Kraken stage, speaking of which, by the water. You got Butcher Bay Campground and a Butcher Bay tent up here. The Type Shit Campground. Cyclone Stage, which looks to be like your secondary stage. By the merch bazaar and the merch area, bottle fills, your medical tents. Looks like you got some RV boys along this line here. Some food. That little pizza right there is for the food symbol. And then you go over here and you got the Starfield Campground with a buried treasure chest. Now, does that mean there is buried treasure in that chest over there, over here, over there, over here? See that? Is there treasure in that there chest? Let's see. Next, you got the Crystal Cove Campground, the Loons Campground, and the Pendulum Campground, which is over by all the RVs and whatnot. So it looks like all the RVs will be centralized by the Merch Bazaar Cyclone Stage. But yeah, it doesn't look like anything is like too far from each other. But it's so hard to tell with this layout. It really doesn't look like anything's that far away from each other. Other, of course, than the long-ass drive / walk, allegedly, from the parking lot area, box office area, to the actual grounds. Don't know how actually long that is, but that road does look a little bit rough, I will say. All right, let me read you this spiel while you guys can stare upon the map. Gathering of the Juggalos map and new ticket sale date. April 26th, that's this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ring the bells, sound the alarm, go wake up Granny and kiss her on the bath sets. On her bath sets of rosy red cheeks. What the fuck? Oh, on both sets. Why did I say... My eyes are going, folks. On both sets of rosy red cheeks. Tickets for the Gathering of the Juggalos go on sale soon, but we had to push the date back till this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The greatest party on earth is entering its landmark 26th year with all kinds of crazy evolutions. And on exactly the 26th, April 26th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tickets will go live over at juggalogathering.com. Set your watches, ninjas. The freshest event of this millennium is right around the corner, and this is your chance to join in on the insanity. Due to the fact that the gathering is at an all-new location, we wanted to highlight some of the changes this year. First of all, the free parking lot is quite a walk to the actual event area of the gathering, so we have arranged for buses to transport ninjas from the parking lot to the gathering grounds, which will be running 24 hours a day, even though you could still walk if you wanted. Thanks. As always, you will be able to come and go from the parking lot in case you want to stay at a hotel off-site. However, please do not show up for the gathering before Monday at noon, the 17th of August. So we'll see how that goes. At the earliest, as there will be nowhere for you to go before then. That being said, vehicle passes, which allow you to park your vehicle at your campsite on the grounds, will probably be in high demand this year. Vehicle passes, does that mean there is a lower amount of them? Anyway, vehicle passes also allow you to come into the grounds early to set up. There are several different vehicle passes that you can purchase as follows. Car pass will allow you to park your car, van size or smaller, with no trailer, at the Butcher Bay, Ghost Ninja, Type Shit, Pendulum, and Loons campgrounds, which are all close to the stages. Those with car passes will be allowed to park on a first-come, first-served basis, starting with the Butcher Bay campground and working outward. Starfield, they have different tiers of car. All right, Starfield car pass. This is half the cost of a car pass, as it allows you to park your car, van size or smaller, with no trailer, in the Starfield campground only, which is a giant open field that is farthest from the stages and river. So yeah, the Starfield is the one that's way over there in the back corner. So they're selling the car passes for the ones in that far corner, up in the upper right corner there, for a cheaper rate. So maybe that is quite a walk. Maybe that from the Starfield campground, that sounds like it. That one might be quite the walk. Hence the different rate. Anyway, which is a giant open field that is farthest away from the stages and river. Starfield RV Pass allows you to park a vehicle of RV size or smaller with a trailer in the Starfield campground. With this pass, there is no power, water, sewage provided. Big Balla's campsite. This pass allows you to park a vehicle of RV size or smaller with a trailer on your own roughly 20 by 50 feet campsite located in the Pendulum campground, which has electricity but no water or sewage. The Super Balla's campsite. This pass allows you to park a vehicle of RV size or smaller with a trailer on your own roughly 15 by 50 campsite, which is a smaller size than the Big Balla's, which is interesting. So this one has electricity with water and sewage is the big difference. The Super Balla sites are all different shapes and sizes, but you will get the equivalent of at least a 750 square foot campsite. Also, the gathering grounds this year are expansive and thorough. Expansive and though everything is within walking distance, we will have a bus trolley service that will be running throughout the grounds. So it's running throughout the grounds as well during the peak hours to help ninjas get around. There is also going to be swimming this year with several beaches, kayaking, canoeing, and other new dope events at the gathering that will be announced as we get closer to the festival. So before you know it, the time to gather will be upon us, and thus we will soon be unlocking the portal that is your gateway to excitement. The greatest family reunion on Earth is entering its landmark 26th year with all kinds of crazy evolutions. So this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, make sure to cop your tickets at juggalogathering.com. It's almost time to set sail, ninjas, for a strange new world where untold adventures await. Now, also the Not vinyl is out at Hot Topic. It's the last thing in my notes. Now, talk about this gathering ticket price hike that I'm speculating heavily will be about $50. I think we're going to straight up, calling it now, I think it's going to be a $300 ticket this year. I'm going to go ahead and call that now. You're definitely getting a price hike of some kind. I think it's safe to say that you're going to see a $300 ticket this year. Purely speculation. I have no inside information. If it rains, y'all cooked. If it rains a lot, that place definitely can flood. There's some pretty interesting flood footage on their official YouTube page, Mother Nature's Riverside Reserve or whatever it's called. There's some they flooded rather recently, so if it rains a whole bunch, it definitely has a chance to flood. That would be interesting. Talk about a gathering of the Muddalos if the fucking whole place flooded. Yeah. But yeah, being able to have a lot of shade, there seems to be so much tree coverage. I think that's probably the coolest thing about this location is the amount of tree coverage is rather large. So I would assume a lot of motherfuckers are going to be wanting to camp in them trees. It really doesn't look like they've set up any campgrounds like in where the trees are though. So I'm wondering what the reality of some of these setups really look like, you know? Because I have to imagine these aren't just all, from what I've seen of the campgrounds, these aren't just giant open fields, all of them. I have to imagine because they have some trees like peppered in the map there. But I'm assuming people are going to want to, you'd be wanting to camp in them trees, right? Find a good spot in the trees? I don't know. Just thoughts and things. We're almost at 2 hours. I think we're going to have to cut it off here soon. Emily's, I think, sleep. You sleep over there? No, you're just hurting over there. Emily's hurting over there. Any questions, comments, accusations in the chat? Let's bring back Legend Valley. This place sucks. I think we lost Legend Valley, Slaughter. Go watch the video I did, the last video I did on the video tablet of the channel about the new gathering location. I fear that we have lost Legend Valley unless we want to fork up the money. But I feel like we might have ruined that opportunity unless we want to fork up the money. But let's talk about my wild conspiracy about the $300 price hike. I think one of the reasons that there might be a price hike this year is to get the funds up so that perhaps we can pay for Legend Valley again next year if this place sucks. Purely speculation. I have nothing to go off. Here's what I have to go off of that with. Think about the couple of times that they have left Legend Valley, because there's a couple of examples where they were like, let's try another place real quick. No, that didn't work out. Let's go back. What, Oklahoma? They did like a couple of years of Legend Valley, then they went to Oklahoma first. That didn't work out so well. So then they went back to Legend Valley for a year. And then the Super Gathering. Let's try this large Indiana place. We might sell out. We might sell out Legend Valley, so we better get this place in Indiana. Nope. That didn't work out so well for them. So back to Legend Valley for what was a good 5-year stretch. We had a good 5-year run. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I don't know if we'll ever be back, though. I feel like we might not ever be back. And yeah, EC Juggalo, it's still a good price if it is $300. What EC Juggalo said in the chat. Most festival prices are double that. Most festival prices, just for general admission, you're paying $500 to $600, right? $550. What was Lost Lands prices this year?
$700 for VIP. I think.
What's the regular, just general admission? $700 for VIP, $400 for general admission, but that doesn't include your camping, right? How much is camping? That's another $200. Yeah, so that's your easy cheapest option at Lost Lands is $400 general admission, $150 for car camping. So that's $550 right there. And if you don't pay early entry, you got to walk a mile from your campsite. And that's a long walk out there in Legend for Lost Lands during Legend Valley. Yeah, so I feel like even if fucking it does go all the way up to $300, that's still a pretty good price. It's still a pretty good price. I had to pay $200 for the camping for 7 stars. $200 for the camping for so yeah, that's over. Shit, that's $600 right there. Yeah, that's $600 right there. Yeah, but here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. I'm not even gonna go into it, Slaughter. A broken clock can be right a couple of times too, you know. But you just throw a bunch of shit at the wall that because he's like wildly wrong about all of those things that you're talking about too. Like none of the specifics in any of that stuff was accurate. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Who cares? All right. Any other stuff to talk about? I saw you wanted to know about Siamese Goat God, Slaughter, earlier in the chat. The reason I haven't played the Siamese Goat Claude TikToks is because, honestly, it caused so much bullshit and just upset Emily. I'm not even trying to fucking do that. Honestly, if it comes down to it, I'll just make a video showing the TikTok videos and then showing the disgusting reaction that they had and some other people in the Juggalodium had. just by us talking about content that they posted. I mean, I guess we could do that. Are you going to the gathering, Humble? Doesn't look good. It doesn't look good right now. Emily definitely doesn't want to go. It's going to be rough for me to make it out there, honestly. I don't know if I can make it. I want to go because I think this is going to be an incredibly interesting landscape, and I would love to explore a new landscape. But I just don't know. Financially, I don't think I can do it. The risk of the police has me a little bit shook, I have to be honest. Definitely don't want to fuck with the police presence that is almost certainly going to be out there in a larger force than we've experienced in a while. Yeah, and we have a couple other vacations already kind of planned. It's going to be dope. Don't miss it. I don't want to miss it. Trust me, I don't want to miss it. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't want to miss it, but it I don't know. Yeah, M is saying if she goes, she doesn't even want to fucking. Should I say this? M's saying if we do go, M's like, I don't even want to go to the gathering grounds. Let's fuck that shit. I'm staying at the Airbnb. You can go. Yeah, we have Airbnb meet and greets. That's the way we're gonna do it. If you want to meet M, you got to go to the Airbnb to meet M. Bring her a coffee. Yeah, one frozen coffee and or snack. For exclusive Emily VIP Airbnb meet and greets. I'm not gathering this year. Max Creek looks terrible. I don't think it looks terrible. I think I'm just shooketh by the fact that the community may not want us there. I think yeah, that's got me shooketh a little bit. I just don't want any trouble, man. I ain't trying to get pulled over and hassled and have my shit tousled through. I ain't trying to do that. Missouri sucks, not chill like Ohio at all. See, you're not making me feel better about this, Slaughter. You're not making me feel better about this. I do really want to go. I do really want to go, though. I know I'm gonna feel FOMO like a motherfucker. I'm gonna be sitting there wishing that I was there. I don't. Oh yeah. That's another reason maybe not to go to the gathering grounds, huh? Yeah, that's what. It's so disappointing, man. Honestly, it's been a rough month or so since the weird Juggalo Ohio 4 shit went down. The reaction to that has been so fucking, I don't know, man. I said it before, I don't know what, at times it feels like I don't know what this Juggalo shit has turned into. But yeah, that shit really fucked me up. Not just the guy doing that thing, but the thing that action highlighted, that thing going down highlighted, y'all ain't really about that shit. Y'all ain't really about, stomp a Nazi shit. It highlighted that people know certain individuals can be dangerous to the community and they let it just walk into the venue, just hang out around the venue. People running the show knew. I mean, that stuff is really disappointing. And it's been disheartening. It's been really disheartening last month or so. Really needed to go and see Billy and Nick at that Fago Gang or Don't Bang shit. Really needed to go see them. Because there are still great, amazing, loving juggalos out there who aren't, just bullies and hateful pieces of shit using this culture to make a fucking buck off of. But unfortunately, I see a lot of that other side of it. I see a lot of that, fakeness. I see a lot of that fake nice shit. Well, they hate you. There are people that will say nice things to you and straight up hate your guts. And it's hard for me to, swallow that. It's really hard for me to swallow that at times and just be like, yeah, I know you hate my guts. Why are you acting like this? I just can't sometimes, man. I just can't. Yeah, it's hella disappointing, especially, like I said, several episodes now, especially when it's people you looked up to, that you thought were really cool and down with you. That's the ones that really hurt the most. So yeah, that's another reason that, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it makes sense to go to the Gathering this year, because it's like the vibe has shifted. This last year, the vibe was a lot different. And I don't know. As much as I do want to be there, the vibe has definitely shifted a lot in the last 2.5 years. And I just don't want to, I don't know. I just don't want to, like, if I'm not felt, if I don't feel welcome, why would I pull up to a place I don't feel welcome necessarily? Like, not that I say I'm not welcome at the fucking Gathering, but, you know, trust me, dog, I'm trying to shift it back every day. It's fucking hard, though. You got people out here who have platforms who literally put bigots and abusers. I mean, there's people who straight up platformed people with Juggalo YouTube channels in the thousands who platformed that sick fucker who was on the ground beating his meat. Should I bring that up? You guys don't want me to bring that up. Because me bringing it up right now is going to cause some shit. And it's going to be, oh, Humble's just mad at and jealous of other people again. Nah, dog, I see the whackness in this community and I'm calling it out because I want it to change. And it's just been so disheartening. It's been hella disheartening the past month or so. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. I don't even got to name names. If you don't know, you should know. If you don't know, you're not paying attention. You should watch HABS more. You should probably be watching more. But anyway, I'm getting the fuck out of here because I just got myself a little hot. I'm trying to have a good night. But yeah, shouts out to the real juggalos, the nice juggalos. I fuck with you nice juggalos out there. You juggalos out there that are legit trying to change the world and change it for the better and not just trying to fucking bully people and get yourself fucking over. Fuck that shit. Love you guys. Keep it real out there as much as you can. Try to love one another. Try to do something fresh and creative this weekend. You got a couple of Juggalo events you can go to tonight. Clockwork E, Billy in fucking Chicago. Pull up in your Humble Among merch. Tell Clockwork E Humble Among sent you. They'll love that. Yeah. Gloom to the Tomb 3. Gloom to the Tomb 3. You can go pull up to that shit. Tell them Humble Among sent you. I'm sure they'll love that. All right, love you guys. Whoop, whoop. Keep it real out there as much as you can. And broadcast. Bye.